Okay, here's my equal sign. Now what?
And then you combine.
Combine like terms because they're on the same side. 2x plus 4x is 6x plus 6 equals 10. Okay, then from there, take away your 6. So 6x equals 4, and then divide by 6. So x is 4/6, which is really 2/3. Don't make that a decimal unless you write it like this with the bar over top, then it's technically the exact answer, okay? Okay, so that is when your variables are on one side, and we've done that, we're there, okay? Now we're gonna move to having your variables on both sides of the equation, and this is gonna look a little bit different. So, here's what we're doing. Okay, it says when solving an equation with variables on both sides of the equal sign, you do inverse operations to move all of the variables onto one side of your equation. Okay, so it's similar to stuff we've done before, but before it hasn't had variables attached to it, but it'll be the same process, still inverse operations that you're working with. So here are the 6 steps. First thing, you're gonna distribute if there are parentheses, brackets, something that you could distribute with. Then we're gonna get rid of all of our decimals and fractions so that it's nicer to work with. Then we'll combine like terms on one side of the equal sign. Then we'll move our variable over to one side, okay? So it's not your first move necessarily. There's some things you can do to simplify, and then you can move all your variables to one side, okay? And then from there, it's reverse PEMDAS again. So are you ready to try this out? That was an overwhelming yes, I heard it. Yeah. Okay, good job. Okay, so this is about as simple as these get. There's no parentheses, there's no distributing to do, there's no combining like terms to do. What I need you to see is your equal sign is here. So there is nothing on the left that we can combine. I did, thank you, I did. There's nothing on the left we can combine, and there's nothing on the right we can combine. So this is where now our job is inverse operations, okay? So you have a 5x plus 2, you have a 2x plus 14. What would you do first?
Wait, I subtract 2x
from both sides.
and then...
Yeah, so I always do the variable first, okay? So I'm gonna take away 2x from here so that I get 0, but whatever you do to one side of your equation, you have to do to the other, right? So it looks like this. 5x minus 2x is 3x. Bring down the plus 2, bring down your equal sign, bring down your 14. Here's your equation. You're pretty much on to what you already know how to do now, right? We moved the variable to one side, and now it's just a 2-step equation. Take away the 2. So 3x equals 12, and then divide by 3. So x equals 4. How can you check your answer? Plug it in. 5 times 4 is 20 plus 2 is 22. 2 times 4 is 8 plus 14 is 22. There's an equal sign between. Is 22 equal to 22?
Yeah.
Sure is. So then you know you got the right answer. Khalees.
Isn't there like a rule where you have to always do like the smaller one? Like,
You don't have to. We usually do because then it avoids negatives down the road, but you don't have to. You technically could have subtracted 5x from both sides there, and you would have ended up with a negative 3x. Then you would have moved the 14 to the other side, and you would have had a negative 12. So a negative 3x equaling a negative 12 is still going to get you a positive 4. But yes, typically we try to do the smaller one be the one that we take away so that it gives you a positive value. Yeah.
for C, when there's parentheses, do you multiply, or do you distribute the, like?
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. Just, I want to get there all together. So let's do B, and then we'll get to C. Okay, so I want you to do B right now. Work out your B and tell me what you get. What'd you get? -4. K equals -4. So here's your equal sign. We got to get the 4 out of here because that's the smaller one. Again, you could have done the 7. Does anyone do the 7? It's good. We like it this way. So 3K plus 2 equals a -10. Don't miss that negative, okay? Take away the 2. So 3K equals -12, and then divide by 3. So K is a -4. Okay. C. Now ask your question.
Are you supposed to distribute first, or like take away the x first?
Distribute first. Yeah. If you aren't sure, if you go, like, while you're doing the homework, follow along the notes up at the top. There was that list, right? The first thing you should do is distribute. Then you can start moving things around. Okay? Okay, so if we distribute this, we get 10x minus 2 equals 3x plus 33. What are you going to do next? What? Yeah, not add. Subtract what? The 3x. We're going to take away the 3x on both sides. So 7x minus 2 equals 33. We're going to add 2. So 7x equals 35. And then we're going to divide by 7. Okay. You try D if you haven't already. Got it right, Alan. Brody. What did you do?
You said good.
Did you get -4?
Yeah. It's just the negatives first one.
Yeah. It should be a -30 divided by 6. I think you thought your 6 was a different number there.
That was a -4.
Right, but -30 divided by 6 isn't -4, right? Yeah, put your phone up. Okay, let's work it out. Will you start your timer? Okay, so distribute. So you get 8y plus 4 equals 2y minus 26, okay? What was your next move?
Wait.
Take away the 2y. Yeah, you're going to take away the 2y. So we get 6y plus 4 equals a -26, okay? Next move, take away the 4. So you get 6y equals a -30. And then your last step is to divide by the 6. So your y should be a -5. Questions on that? Okay, I want you to look at letter E because E presents kind of a new setup here.
I can't figure out.
We'll talk through it. I think it's easier than it seems. It's just you got to look at it slightly differently. So if you distribute, right, we always want to distribute first. That's going to be 28 minus 7a equals 3a minus 12. Make sure you're distributing to everything, right? What do you do next? Add 7a is what I would do. But you could have done minus 3a, but then it's a -10a, okay? That's fine. You'll get the right answer as long as you do the rest of the steps right. But your easiest move is just add the 7a instead. So you get 10a minus 12 on the right. This goes away. You have 28 on the left. What's your next move? Add the 12. So you get 40 equals 10a, and then divide by 10. So A is 4.
Is it? Never mind. Isn't it 30?
No, 28 plus 12. Got to carry the 1. All right, a word problem, because we love word problems. This one says it takes a graphic designer 1.5 hours to make 1 page of a website. Using new software, the designer could complete each page in 1.25 hours, but it takes 8 hours to learn the software. How many web pages would the designer have to make in order to save time using the new software? So you have 2 different scenarios. We're going to set them equal to see when they're equal amounts of work, right? So if the one is 1.5 hours per page, that we do, okay? The other one is 1.25 hours per page, but you have to spend 8 more hours with training, okay? That one doesn't have a variable attached to it because it's just 8 hours. It's not per page that the training takes. How do you solve this?
Don't you
Khalees.
multiply the whole thing by 100?
Okay, so you could multiply the whole thing by 100 to get rid of your decimals. If you don't do that, you guys, if you want to just work with the decimals, I'm totally fine with that. But if you want to make no decimals be there, you're going to move everything 2 decimal places, right? So it would be 150p equals 125p plus 800, okay? Then you would take away the 125p. So you get 25p equals 800, and then you would divide by 25. So p comes out to 32. Okay. I wrote this wrong. The question is, how many web pages would the designer have to make in order to save time using the new software? What's that going to be? What does that mean? Be careful. 32 pages. Is the new software beneficial at 32 pages? They're equal at 32, right? So you break even at 32, which means in order to do better on the new software, you would have to do more than 32 pages. Okay, or you could say 33 pages or more would be fine. But 32 pages is not benefiting you with the new software yet. The new software would benefit you once you're past that 32. Okay. Okay, 4 last questions, and then we'll take a little brain break, and then we'll do some review. These last 4 are equations with identities and no solutions, okay? Can anyone tell me what an identity is going to look like in the end? Identical, yes. Identities are identical. So 7 equals 7, right? X equals 7 is not identical sides. You want identical sides. So 7 equals 7. 13 equals 13. Negative 40 equals negative 40. That's an identity. What that means is you could plug in any value for X and you will get a true equation, okay? No solution is when your variable goes away and it says like 7 equals 2. 7 doesn't equal 2. Don't do it, Shane. Don't do it. Self-control.
No water?
No, don't squirt the water at him.
Didn't they ban those on middle school?
No, it's because the kids.
They banned them? Because people do things like that with them.
A kid's
Um,
and it broke, so they started crying. So then
Yeah,
you learn
they
how to
started
ban.
yelling and crying.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Bummer.
It was only banned.
Okay, anyway, moving on. So if this is your setup, what's the first thing you do to solve this? Distribute. So you get 10x plus 12 equals 10x plus 12. Now here's the deal. Are you technically done with the problem yet? No, but could you be? Yes, because they're identical right now, right? If they're identical, then when you take away the 10x, you are left with 12 equals 12, which is the true identity solution. Okay, so this would be an identity, which means I can plug any value in for x to my original setup, and it will always be a true equation. Okay, they are identical. This is an identity. Look at letter B. On this one, what's the first thing you do? Combine like terms. What are my like terms? Negative 3m and 12m. So you have 9m minus 4 equals 9m plus 5. What's your next move? Take away the 9m, yes. Okay, so this is 0, and we're left with negative 4 equals 5. Does it? It does not, so that is no solution. Okay, if you do a problem like this on the test or the quiz and you show me none of this and you just tell me no solution, I don't give you credit for that. You didn't tell me why it's no solution. You had a 50-50 guess and you guessed right. That's how I assume, okay? So show me what you did to get to the no solution, okay? What? Say it again. I should give you a 1/10 of the point for getting the right answer. Maybe I will. Okay, so you do these two and you figure out which one's an identity and which one is no solution. Identity and no solution. So this first one is 12b minus 6 equals negative 6 plus 12b. Take away the 12b's and you are left with negative 6 equals negative 6, which it does. So that's an identity. Okay, the second one, distribute, and be careful, you're distributing a negative there, right? So 2x plus 7 equals negative 3 plus 2x. Take away those 2x's, and you're left with 7 equals negative 3, which it does not. So you say no solution. Questions?